Hi there, Daniel again. Welcome to our first videos of our recommended workflow series. And in these videos, I would like to help guide you through how to create your topic cluster and achieve topical authority over the SEO campaign that you create. But before I go into the details, let me spare just a few minutes, explain for you what is topic cluster, why they are so important and they should be considered the first step of your SEO campaign strategy, and what is topical authority and why they are so important to the success of your campaign. Well, with the topic cluster, first of all, come back to what I was sharing in the previous videos. You are the supplier in the whole Google economy. And as a supplier, the first thing you have to do is to satisfy the platform, which is Google. So to satisfy them, first of all, you need to know what their requirements, what are their guidelines are. And in 2018, Google came up with what they call search quality guidelines. And in there, they introduced a concept called E.A.T. And that is how they look through a certain contents of a website and considering whether or not that piece of content is of high quality or not. And E.A.T simply stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. So any content that you post or present in Google platform, you better try to fit with these guidelines before you even consider working on your SEO strategy, right? So with expertise, what does it mean? It basically means that if you are to post any part of any source of content onto Google, Google will want to know whether or not you are an expert in that field. And being an expert, it doesn't mean that you know only specifically that type of knowledge, but you also have to know about all the subtopic relating to that topic. So, for example, if you want to write about personal trainer, right, and an expert in a personal training field, you cannot just simply writing about all the type of exercise and the way a person do exercise that is correct. You also need to be an expert in a sort of biology, nutrition plan, different type diet plan for the users who will actually working with you as your customer, right? And so your knowledge, it doesn't stop by being the expert in a very narrow part of knowledge, but Google want to know if you also know about all the relating topics that regarding that. And that's why the idea and the theory of topic cluster that was presented. And topic cluster essentially means that they are groups of related content that collectively cover a broad subject area. Content cluster provide contextual support for other pages within a group. They also create a strong internal linking framework to help users and search engines find your content. So essentially it means that if you're about to write about nutrition plan, you better write about all the diet plan that kind of supporting those. So they're all the subtopic that support the main topic. And when Google bots go into your main pillar page, which is the page that covers your main topic, they will right away be able to follow a track or path to other subtopic. And once they scan through all of those content, they can conclude that, wow, this guy is definitely the expert in this field. He may not be the very high quality expert that I will rank him for the main keyword, but some other keyword, he really know what he's talking about, so I'm going to rank them too. So that's the first step, identifying what is the requirement of Google in terms of guidelines and follow that. And in this case, that is to claim yourself an expert by developing a topic cluster, right? And secondly, what is topical authority? And topical authority can be defined as a website perceived authority over a particular niche subject. It signals to Google that you have a deeper understanding of your subject matter and therefore can be trusted. So to achieve topical authority is essentially what I was sharing earlier, is when a Google bot come into your website and go into your pillar page, and from pillar page go to subtopic 1, subtopic 2, subtopic 3, subtopic 4, and as they go through, they realize one thing, that these guys know his stuff. He's an expert in the field of, let's say, personal trainer or nutrition plan. And therefore, he also have all the relevant data that back up whatever content that he's writing. And he also have relevant source of information that linking to other websites that are also very high in authoritativeness level. And therefore, I should consider him as the topical authority over this subject. So, in short, it means that this should be the first step you take in any SEO campaign. You have to build the first, it's what we call is a topic pillar page, right? Topic pyramid in a sense. And in the top, it will be the pillar page, and that it contains the main and the seed keyword that you have. Let's say in this case, we talk about nutrition plan, right? You type in nutrition plan, and that's the first in the top of your pillar. Following to that is all of the other subtopic that you may want to kind of support to that main one. For example, nutrition plan for diabetes patient, nutrition plan for healthier heart, nutrition plan for athlete, nutrition plan for endurance athlete or runner. So all of this kind of plan or nutrition plan or diet plan, all the thing or knowledge that relate to the main topic, you have to find out. And you also have to find out what your users is looking for so that you can build this subtopic and pillar pyramid as strong as possible. And only from there, where you are already satisfied your platform, which is Google, only then you'll go to the next step, which is keyword research, right? So that would be the first. Few minutes in which I spent to explain for you what it is. So now let's go to how you can create the topical authority or topic cluster that gain topical authority. So typically, a normal and manual workflow would be like this, and this is what we've done for years before we decide to build our own tool. And that would be first. First of all, we have to train our staff or junior staff usually, because this is very manual work. And what they have to do is first they have to look through content of the competitors in the top 50. Usually they can only go as far as 20. In the SERPs rank for your seed keyword, let's say it's nutrition plan, you type it in and it'll appear to you a list of 100 different URLs that ranking for that keyword. We'll go in there and we'll have to scan through and read through all the content within each of the URL, right, to find out what are the other topics that they are covering, right? They're definitely not covering just nutrition plan. What are the other topics? Secondly, we have to manually go through all this people also ask, all the related search. And we also have to go through different forums like Quora, Reddit, and we have to search, put in our search term seed keyword and look for the topic that people are looking for so that we know this is what users are kind of finding. A lot of manual work again, and also a lot of training and time and effort. Thirdly, we actually start to go through each of the subtopics. So we kind of, after we go through the whole things, we have a list of all the topic and the subtopic that we may want to target. And then we have to meet together and deciding which subtopic is good and which subtopic doesn't work. And what we have to do is we have to look for the subtopic, we put into a keyword research tool and see what are the volume search of those topics and see whether or not that topic is worth pursuing and whether or not that topic is something we want to pursue or we want to put into our topic cluster. And all of those work after the end, after doing all of that, the problem is there's no way to validate whether or not that method works, right? We just know that we have to build topic clusters so that we have enough topics to cover when we start writing into certain things. But it doesn't guarantee the fact that they will rank, right? Or they will rank and get the right organic traffic to our site. So that's the 3 steps we have to do as a content agency for a long time. And this process is extremely painful, right? The research process is time consuming, they're tedious, they require a lot of manual work, efforts. And because one of the things is that there's no tool in the market right now that help us with this. Really, literally no tool. Second thing, we have to spend a lot of time on training staff and making sure that they will do it right. So all of the training and stuff, there's still no way we could actually come back and really test the work that they provide, right? We just simply have to trust that they are correct. And thirdly, once all the lists established, we really still have no way to validate whether or not that list is truly what will work, right? So that was the pain point in which we went through for a long time until we decided that, okay, enough. And that's when we would decide to create topic discovery. And so with topic discovery, let me just quickly introduce with you the mechanism behind the way we build it before we get into how you can utilize the tool. First of all, we develop an algorithm specifically to scan through all the content of the top 100 URLs. So let's say if you put in the keyword, the process is this. our bot will actually go through the top 100 URL that are ranking for that seed keyword. And we will actually extract down all the headlines, subheadlines, topics and subtopics that they are writing about, and in which they gain traction. For example, whether are they trending, do they have search volumes, and all that stuff, and present to you in a very well structured manner. Right. Second thing, we will actually present to you all the autocomplete Google Insight, like Google also asks, like topic that people are discussing, and also all the related searches that you can just simply go in there. And from that point, you could actually explore all the insight that using from the user's search intent standpoint, and maybe use that as another subtopic that you want to use. And so with this mechanism, we kind of organize them in a very well structured and easy to use manner, where you can order by search volumes and also by relevancy. So I'll show that to you in just a few minutes. And with this, it comes with the three very important benefits. First, it's immediately validating the subtopics presented as they are already ranked on Google, right? Because we know we don't have to go anywhere around. But whatever topic that Google already consider as a very important topics that users may need to read, they already are ranked on the top 100. So by looking at all of this content and extract them out and present to you, it also means that Google already approved. So this is the best validating way. Second thing, it saves about 99% of our manual work time, and literally no more training, just one click away, and the efforts and save a lot of efforts and money into using this. And thirdly, all relevant data are presented in a way that is very easy to navigate. And also, these data come directly from the source, which is Google, and you don't have to worry about whether or not that database is wrong or what. Even the volume search that we got is also coming from Google keyword database. All right, so that was the introductory part. Let's go directly into how you can utilize topic discovery so that to build a topic cluster, and how to build that topic cluster in a way to achieve topical authority. Hi, so to start with, here's the first page of our topic discovery. So to start, simply just put in your seed keyword into the keyword box over here. And in this case, I will be using keyword called nutrition plan. Secondly, you will choose the location in which you are trying to target and the language you try to target. And over here, we kind of replace as United States and English. You can, if you are not, if you are to choose a different location or language, click on Save Language and Location as default. And the next time when you go in the tool, you'll be able to kind of access whatever the data at that location and language. And please keep in mind, this videos is actually for the beginner workflow. So the way we build the topic cluster will also be tailored toward beginner who are more or less maybe just start out with doing SEO. You don't have a lot of resources, and you don't have a lot of in-depth technical know-how. So the way we approach this is that we're going to be able to, we will look at the bigger picture, and we will tailor-made sort of, how you can attack those subtopics that are less competition, so that you have a higher chance to rank and also to gain your organic traffic, right? So let's start with this keyword nutrition plan. Click start, and right away you'll see the screen appear over here. And the way we organize right now, you see the result is 36 topics discovered, and the way we organize right now is by relevancy. And usually I would stay at relevancy at medium, because when you choose here, there's 3 options. When you go on widely, it just kind of show you a lot of other subtopic, but a lot of time they are not really that relevant to your main topic. And sometimes it's not very good with your planning work. It works really well if you are trying to solve some of the writer blocks issue, but not really in the planning phases. And secondly, there's an order by is relevancy or search volume. So it means that you can order the layout by search volume. If you click on search volume, it will actually put on all the subtopics that have the higher search volume in the front. All right, but for now, we'll leave it here. I will come back to that in a bit later. Okay, so as you can see the way it laid out, and you see that nutrition plan is your seed keyword, and that is your main topic. And your main topic is where you will use as the pillar page. right? So the pillar page essentially is to kind of tell Google that, hey, I am targeting this topic, and this is going to be the main sort of topic, main niche that I'm attacking. Okay, so the pillar page generally is going to be a very long article. You have to write a very long piece of content that kind of cover almost everything, but in a very generic term. So you write in a very general tone of voice, very general sort of knowledge and understanding, and you want to kind of cover all the subtopic that you will have in your topic cluster, right? And in this one, it has to be about maybe 3,000 to 4,000 words, and in there you kind of briefly introduce all the subtopics that you have and saying how you want to kind of target nutrition plan. And so this is going to be the kind of pillar page and the kind of content that you will focus on your main topic. When you start writing for your main topic, don't expect that you will be able to rank for this right away, because typically the main topic you target, which is your niche, are usually a shorter keyword, and they are probably more competitive, right? But you have to write about it, because one of the things Google want to look for when they go into your content, when you go to a website, is they don't just simply look for the content specifically for the things you write, but also for the whole mapping of all the topic that you'll cover. And this is a very necessary part when you show Google that, hey, I am the expert in nutrition plan. Why? Because I write about all this, and I also write about nutrition plan. You may not be able to rank for this, but because you write this piece, you'll be able to rank for a lot of the other subtopic. Okay, so that's the main topic, and you will want to target this in a pillar page form, 3,000 to 4,000 words, and covering all your subtopic, and link them to subtopic using internal linking to whatever other page that you will write about your subtopic. Okay, and over here, as you can see, a bunch of different subtopic. Right now we have about 36 topics to discover. Like I said, the way we did it is that we really scanned through the entire 100 URLs that ranking for this main topic, and we look for all this subtopic that they will mention inside. And if you click on any of this, you'll be able to see three things. Right, first thing is all the headlines to consider, and these are headlines that your competitor used to write for their topic, right? And these are all the headlines that was ranking by relevancy to the main kind of topic that you have over here. You can add them to list and whatnot. So with that, all the details how to do, please watch our tutorials videos where we kind of just focus on building, showing you what is doing for what, right? So add to list and whatnot. The second part here you see is Google Suggest Inside. This is where we actually look for Google people also ask, and also a bunch of other questions that people may have asked when it comes to nutrition plan, and we kind of present it in here, and we kind of categorize them down into question, preposition, and comparison, like nutrition plan versus meal plan, nutrition plan, and workout. So those are comparing term. And in the bottom, you'll be able to see all the related Google searches when people search for their main topic. Right, so that's the way it was laid out. And you can see here, these are all the subtopic, and if you click on any of them, they are laid out the same way. Right, so the way I typically use, and particularly for people who are new, like the beginner, like you guys, click on order and use a search volume. And when you do this, it means that you will order all the subtopic from using to look at the point of view of the users, right? And the search volume meaning that how many people will search for this subtopic. And so for nutrition plan, you have diabetic meal plan is something that people search for, and it's very, very high volume. 18,100 is a very high number for this particular subtopic. So it means that this is in a high demand. Also, same with the main topic. You may not be able to rank for this subtopic very easily, but Google will consider you very highly if you do mention this subtopic in your whole topic cluster, right? And same with Atkins diet plan, macro meal plans, food map diet plan. So you will want to include this kind of subtopic into your topic cluster, but not for the ranking factor, but for the sustainable growth factor, meaning that you show Google that you know about all this subtopic, right? And you are also the expert in this subtopic. So you write about those to kind of cover the basis, making sure you satisfy the platform. Then you start choosing all the subtopic that sort of may be able to fit into your own new resources and ability. And let's say cardiac diet plan. So cardiac diet plan or inflammatory diet plan, they are kind of similar. Essentially, is all the diet plan that follow the heart. I really like it. We can probably definitely target this subtopic. Workout meal plan, and then you have enormous meal plan. You have shredded diet plan, meal plan apps. So these are all really good subtopics that you can probably kind of look into, and you can diet plan printable. It's something that you may be able to kind of work it out as well. So after you kind of go through all of this, you start writing down into a list, and something will look like this. Right? It will look something like this. And your main topic is here. This is your pillar page, right? And in your pillar page, you will write about a long piece of content, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 words. And in there, you introduce all of the other subtopics that you have. And under each of the subtopic, you will do internal linking from that article into the subtopic. And within the subtopic, you will write a more in-depth. And I will guide you in the next step how you look for all the keyword under each of the subtopic and how you can compile those keywords into different article list. So from the article list, that's where you start writing, right? And when you write using the article list under the subtopic, everything go into this really perfectly built out and structured flow, right? And the article is represent the subtopic represent the topic. So everything go in this order, going from the bottom to the top. So when a bot of Google go in, your content not only very much on point, it fit all the expertise, the requirement that they have, but also they're very well organized. So it's like Googlebot go in there and you open the door and it's a very clean and well organized structure house. That is what Google wants to see. Google, when the moment they see that, they know you are the expert. You are the expert not only in Google eyes, but also in your users, customers' eyes, because you fulfill both end of the puzzle. Okay, so over here, each of these is one of the subtopic, and you build a pyramid and the topic cluster. Of course, this here I only show you 3 different subtopics, but you can build more, right? And under nutrition plan, you have lean muscle, and under lean muscle, you can at the end you can internal linking it to inflammatory diet plan. For example, one of the in order to make sure you check out the inflammatory diet plan that we have studied over here as well. So you click on the internal linking, go into this. So the more linking you build within all the system, it's almost become like this really well sort of designed house that kind of connect each room together. Okay, so that's how you kind of build a topic cluster using topic discovery. And the reason why we develop this, and it's almost like a no-brainer. All you need to do is just to click on and then start to scan through how you which topic you choose and which topic you don't want to choose, right? And so the first step is, let me repeat real quick. First step is go in here, click on your keyword, as the seed keyword. You will see all the options here. Choose relevancy to medium, choose order by search volume, and you kind of have this point of view, and you start looking for all of the subtopics that are important, but not necessarily the targeting topic. They are like the topic that is more competitive, but very important for your structure. So you kind of have this topic in, you write, you save it down into a piece of paper, and then you start targeting all the subtopic that actually the topic that you want to target, right? And you kind of, if you see the cardiac diet plan or inflammatory diet plan, you can just kind of combine them two together, become like one, and become the subtopic that you're targeting, because the meaning are similar, right? And Google is smart enough to understand that. So you just kind of pick one, and then you kind of move on. Shredded diet plan, meal plan apps, they are kind of similar. So you kind of just looking through and choose all the subtopic and you list them out and you have this mapping. So by now, I hope that you have already understood what is topical authority, why it is so important and why it should be the first step of any SEO campaign. And more importantly, how you could do that using WriterZen as the tool. In the next step, in the next videos, I'll be sharing with you how you start your keyword research process using our Keyword Explorer toolset. And what you will be able to achieve is you will be able to filter, categorize, and look for a long tail keyword that convert under each of the topic and the subtopic that you have already formed. And that will be the step 2 in our 5 steps recommended workflow series. I'll see you in the next videos.